Hello, and welcome to Northbeat from Wekwati, Northwest Territories. We are here all week sharing stories from the community, and what better way to start than to learn about this community? Elder and former Chief Charlie Football will share stories of Wekwati later in the show, but first, the news. Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts in Wekwati, Northwest Territories. The Northwest Territories is ending seasonal time changes. NWT Premier R.J. Simpson announced today that the territory will adopt a year-round time standard. Simpson has said in the past that the territory would only end seasonal time changes if Alberta went first, and today it did, announcing the transition to permanent daylight saving time. Simpson says the government will now develop a clear timeline for the change and give residents, businesses, and service providers time to prepare. Yukon ended its seasonal time change in 2020. Now, Alberta's decision today to end seasonal time changes follows the Yukon, as we just told you, as well as provinces like Saskatchewan and British Columbia. But as Michelle Belfontaine reports, some say the move isn't quite right.
The Alberta government is expected to introduce a bill to keep the province on daylight savings time all year. No more falling back an hour in autumn and no more springing forward in March.
We are of the opinion it was time to stop talking about it and to take some action and get her done. That's what we did.
The last time the province talked about ending the spring and fall time changes was in 2021. That's when the UCP government under Jason Kenney held a referendum on moving to permanent daylight saving time. The results were close. 50.2% voted yes, 48.8% said no, so the issue was dropped. Since then, more governments have moved towards fixed time zones. Saskatchewan remains on Central Standard Time like it has for decades, but last month, BC moved to permanent daylight saving time.
We're squished in between two provinces who no longer change their clocks. So the facts on the ground have changed, and so we have to make a decision accordingly.
The province consulted an expert who studies circadian rhythms. He says sticking with standard time is better than going with the government's choice of permanent daylight saving time.
With standard time, that aligns your work schedule or your school schedules with what your body wants to do naturally. So you're able to wake up naturally, you're able to go to sleep more naturally.
The leader of the Alberta NDP thinks ending the time change is a distraction from problems with healthcare and other issues facing the government.
What is the point of all of this? It's all performative, it's all a charade, and Albertans deserve better. Albertans deserve real action on the issues they're concerned about.
The move to permanent DST is expected to be one of many changes in a red tape reduction bill coming later this week. Michelle Belfontaine, CBC News, Edmonton.
The government of the Northwest Territories says it's too early to tell how Alberta's latest proposed health care law could affect people in the territory. Alberta's Bill 29 would make it easier for patients to get private diagnostic testing without a doctor's referral. It was tabled on April 13th. The CBC's Avery Zingle has more.
The Alberta government says if Bill 29 passes, people could pay to access private preventative medical tests without a doctor's referral. The territorial government says there are so few details about the bill that it doesn't know how patients here will be affected. Northwest Territories Health Minister Lisa Semler declined an interview. Alberta's Minister of Primary and Preventative Health Services, Adriana LaGrange, also declined CBC's request for an interview. The province says it will have more information about which tests are open for privatization by the fall. She spoke at a press conference on April 13th. She says Bill 29 is about early detection.
We know that early detection saves lives. When health issues are caught early, treatment is often simpler, more effective, and less invasive.
The Alberta government says Northwest Territories residents' access to testing won't change. Nunavut-born doctor Eleanor Crawford worries Bill 29 could mean Northwest Territories public health patients falling to the back of the line. She says Alberta is eroding universal health care. It already passed Bill 11 to let doctors work in the private and the public system at the same time.
Healthcare, it's a right. It's not a retail product. I'm worried that Alberta's move towards privatization breaks the promise of fairness we've made to the North. The physicians on the ground are worried about it. It feels like it's happening without our consultation, without our consent, without our consideration. The Alberta government says these bills are about choice and efficiency, but ultimately they're about creating a fast lane for wealthy people and leaving everyone else, especially Northerners, in a longer underfunded line.
The territorial government says any changes to Alberta and the Northwest Territories healthcare agreements must be negotiated. Avery Zingle, CBC News, Yellowknife.
The Hay River Library is closing on May 1st, and it's unclear when it'll open again. It's happening because the Hay River Library Committee is dissolving on April 30th, and another one isn't in place. The news was announced on social media last week. A librarian at the Hay River Library says the reasons behind the committee's decision to step away are complicated, and that the people that fill their shoes will have their work cut out for them. She says as of May 1st, staff will turn their keys in and be laid off.
And it's awful to be in that kind of limbo too. And it's very awkward dealing with people and doing programs and doing things, and you're just carrying on as normal, knowing that it's not normal and it's going to not be normal.
The town of Hay River released a statement last week saying work is underway to maintain library services. That includes discussion with the involved parties and helping establish a new library committee to continue the work. The Yukon government says it has no plans to restore the Ross River Community Pool. It was closed in 2018 and officially condemned in 2023. Locals have advocated for the pool for years, including a former MLA for the now ruling Yukon Party. Chris McIntyre has that story.
I'm standing out front of the swimming pool here in Dawson City. In just a couple of months, this facility behind me will be open to the public. Now, as for the indoor swimming facility in Ross River, that facility has been sitting unused for almost a decade. Numerous infrastructural assessments have shown the building isn't safe to reopen, but that hasn't stopped residents from having hope that each passing year might be the year it will. That's because for the past few years, former Yukon Party MLA Stacey Hazard advocated for it to happen. 113 residents signed a petition and students sent letters to the territory in hopes to convince it to come up with a plan to replace, if not restore, the pool. On Thursday, the Minister of Community Services confirmed to CBC that the pool will remain closed again this year, and possibly forever. Despite the Yukon Party now forming government and past advocacy efforts from the party, the minister says there are no plans to restore or replace the pool. This comes as disappointing news for residents as the community's recreation options are already limited. Residents say having a new pool in the community would improve the overall health and well-being of every citizen. And now it's just another year with the hope of a new pool slowly going down the drain. Chris McIntyre, CBC News, Dawson City.
8 Indigenous groups say they're ready to collaborate on advancing the Talston Hydro expansion in the Northwest Territories. They all signed a letter of intent supporting the project. That project was referred to the Major Projects Office last month. The Talston Hydro expansion is expected to provide a big economic opportunity in the South Slave region. The signing of this letter marks a step towards Indigenous groups taking the lead on the project. The president of the Northwest Territory Métis Nation says leaders want the process to address compensation for the legacy of building the original Talston Dam in the 60s.
You know, all the animals, all the trap lines, everything that people had there. There's people that actually drowned because of the place not being safe. People can't use that area the way they used to. You know, so to put a price on that, I could not give you a price.
NWT Energy Minister Caroline Wozniak says the territorial government takes finding the right compensation seriously and that the Talston Hydro expansion project could be the avenue to address it. Construction on the project is expected to start in 2028. Peter Kaitunak Jr. spent 3 days lost in a blizzard with no food and no shelter. And he says his family's teachings helped keep him alive during that ordeal. He was part of a team of 5 in Nunavut, traveling from Talojoak to Joe Haven until he got separated from the group. Samuel Watt has that story.
I'm doing really good.
For someone who was stranded in a blizzard for 3 days, it's a blessing Peter Kaitonak Jr. is alive and without even a single sign of frostbite.
I had no shelter, but I would use my back to cover the wind.
One of many teachings Kaitonak's parents and grandparents passed on to him that kept him alive. He was part of a group of 5 heading from Talojoak to Joe Haven on April 7 for a volleyball tournament. But there was a blizzard and they tried to beat it.
I told them to go ahead and I was gonna follow them and make sure they're good from behind. And that's when, as soon as they left, my skidoo got stuck.
And he got separated from the group. He walked for days trying to reach Joe Haven. No food, no shelter, and only taking short naps.
The reason why I want to wait till dark is because I want to see if I can see Joe Haven lights from the sky.
Of course, a days-long power emergency meant that didn't happen, but he kept going.
I was mainly thinking of my family and my friends and my people back home that really look up to me.
Friends like Adrian Carew, he and others in that volleyball team got to Joe Haven and sought help.
It is terrifying, but it is a good experience to lead, try to be an example, like to keep moving forward.
A CC-130H Hercules was sent from Winnipeg and eventually Kaitonak saw the plane.
I felt like there was hope.
Rescuers dropped a radio to communicate with him, but blizzard conditions meant he wasn't picked up on land for another few hours.
They phoned me and they almost didn't find me.
They still carried on as planned with their volleyball tournament, and last night his harrowing journey ended with a gold medal. He has advice for anyone who might find themselves in a similar situation.
If you're lost, try to stay positive and always keep moving and keep moving your hands and your feet to stay warm.
Samuel Watt, CBC News, Joe Haven.
Former Inuit leaders in Nunavut say the RCMP's regrets over past spying aren't enough. They join a growing number of Indigenous groups in Canada who are frustrated with the RCMP's response to a CBC Indigenous investigation that found extensive police surveillance of Indigenous leaders from the 1960s to the 1980s. Bianca McEwen tells us what some Inuit leaders are saying should happen now.
An apology isn't enough for Jack Anawak, a longtime Nunavut politician.
That's just an excuse to get out from under. There really needs to be an inquiry into finding out just how much the government of Canada had a role and just how much RCMP had a role. So I don't think a statement of regret or even an apology is enough at all.
He says he isn't sure if he was spied on, but knows of people who were. The first president of now ITK, Tagak Curley, was spied on and named in the files that CBC Indigenous uncovered showing the RCMP surveyed Indigenous leaders and political activity in the 60s and 70s. Curley isn't impressed by the RCMP's regretful statement.
To regret is not a mechanism, whatnot, it's too superficial. There has to be much more deeper apologies and whatnot that people understand. There needs to be a bit of an exchange with them first before something happens.
Last week, the Assembly of First Nations National Chief Sidney Woodhouse-Nepenak rejected the RCMP's statement of regret. The Assembly of First Nations is calling for the release of all records and a national inquiry into the surveillance that occurred. Curley says he'd like to see this too, a public inquiry and a class action lawsuit for leaders who were spied on, like himself.
We need statement, we need facts, we need information. Why in the world would they do that to their First Peoples of Canada?
The national organization representing Inuit in Canada, ITK, has not publicly called on the RCMP for an apology or for an inquiry. Both Anahuac and Curly say they want to see ITK do more.
Well, they should be doing a lot more representation to and honor and respect our former leaders. Definitely. Without that, these new leadership could not be enjoying their freedom.
ITK was unable to give CBC a response to the RCMP's regret statement and says it is working separately to access files related to Inuit. Bianca McEwen, CBC News, Iqaluit.
We have a correction from last week's Thursday, April 16th programming. In our story about Ottawa's gun buyback program, we said that after October 30th, Canadians who have restricted firearms are officially breaking the law. In fact, people who are licensed to possess restricted firearms will still be able to do so legally. We also used footage of firearms that are not relevant to the current buyback debate. Elder and former Chief Charlie Football has a familiar northern story. He came to Wekwati for a month and then he stayed for a lifetime. We spoke earlier about the history of this place, and Football began with his own history, the story of how he came to Wekwati.
I started using dog chain about 68, 69. Then I really like go on the land. That's my favorite spot. Because my dad always say, Wekwati is the best place. We see lots of caribou. We have my boys and my daughter, they're all buried here along this shoreline. And then after I got married, I talked to my wife about it. Even though his dad's graveyard is on a Winter Lake. So one time we talked about it and they said, we should come down here for one summer or 1 month. So we came down here for 1 month. And then at the same time, we came here about 4 days later, my Uncle Lou was going down to Winter Lake for caribou hunt. So I told him, if you want to come, you can come. So I started packing my own gear. And he said, what about those 2 little kids? And I said, you sure? I said, yeah, if you could only feed them, take them along. So I took them 2 kids, 2 of my boys, about 10 and 7 years old. They came along, they were small. So we went out to Winter Lake, and the end of Winter Lake, that's where we ran into caribou. Boys, there were lots of fun. After we finished everything, about 3 weeks after we come back from Winter Lake, we thought we were going to go back to Wookpit, Bitsecon, and they were just packing up, and then those 2 little said, Mom and Dad, what were you guys doing packing up? I said, we're going back to Bitsecon. And then the boobs sat down on the floor. I said, they're crying. I said, we don't want to go back to Bitsecon. Bitsecon doesn't have no caribou, nothing, but here we have lots of fun. So we took the worst. That's how we got stuck in Brooklyn. 1 month we're still here. Yeah.
Charlie, I wonder what you kind of touched upon it, but could you tell me what makes Wekwati such a special place?
Well, for people like my elders, they used to travel around from Bitsecon all the way from here, just for caribou. Caribou, if they shoot caribou, they use a jacket, parka, everything out of caribou hide. So every year, every summer, sometimes they say they spend a whole year here. So that's why one of the elders over here on the graveyard site, he's been traveling around and then he's seen the vision of the spiritual stuff. And then sometimes he talked to people like that. And then one time, everybody was going back to Biseko area, but him and his whole family stay here. And that's why he lost his wife and himself. They're both buried here. But I don't know where his wife buried, but I know he passed away here, so somebody must have buried here. So lots of good stories about him.
Tell me what changes you've seen in the community during your time here.
Well, the first time there was no Harley Road. The only thing they can do is get some groceries from Biseko from here by dog team.
Wow.
And then lately, about 1970, 75, somewhere around there, Ernie Stanwell from Germany, they said that he's a German guy, came down to Biseko, and I bought a store from P. Burker. And then he started traveling around like hot tea, gummy tea, wicked tea, bringing in some stuff that he thinks is good for our people down here. So some of them, people, they stop going to Biseko, get some groceries, because Ernie Stanwell, he's a general store manager, so he bring a dry good to people by airplane. So they got a fur, and then they give a fur, and they get what they want from the store. So that's how they end up being here. This lake didn't have a name before, but the elders that always come here, they always end up with caribou. The first lake is always they ran into caribou all the time. So they don't have the name for this, but they say, I guess they were stopping for overnight camping. They said, we've been on this lake for so many years, we haven't got the name for this lake. What shall we call it? And then one of the elders said, ever since we come to this Snare Lake, we always end up with caribou. Not another lake, we never hit no caribou. But this lake always be the first lake to run into caribou. So we call it, before any other lake, Wekwiti. That's what I call it. Yeah.
Wekwiti.
Wekwiti, yeah. That means any other lake before this lake.
So any other lake before this lake, you're
Yeah.
not going to get caribou.
Yeah.
But this is the caribou lake.
Yeah.
Wekwiti.
Wekwiti, yeah.
Wekwiti.
Uh-huh.
Charlie, merci. Thank you so much for speaking with me.
No problem.
The winner of the 27th Nunavut Quest has been announced. Ziniel Nunavut has been named the champion, and he takes home $20,000. Utak finished ahead of 8 other racers. His final time for the 580 kilometer race was 28 hours, 14 minutes, and 49 seconds. Tom Nakitarvik placed second, earning $15,000, and Lee Inoarak took third, and he got $10,000. With self-driving cars becoming popular in the U.S., autonomous taxi operator Waymo is looking north. But can the technology handle Canada's colder climate? Nisha Patel has more on the company's next move and the roadblocks that it's up against.
Decked out with cameras and radars, this isn't just any taxi. It's a Waymo autonomous vehicle, and it operates entirely without a human driver.
This experience may feel futuristic, but the need to buckle up is the same as always.
Waymo is owned by Google parent company Alphabet.
It's like an Uber, but there's no driver.
It's available in almost a dozen cities in the U.S. and is testing internationally in London and Tokyo. Canada could be next. Waymo has been lobbying government officials in Ontario and British Columbia, and the City of Toronto confirms Waymo plans to apply to the province's pilot program for driverless vehicles.
Certainly, getting into a vehicle with no driver where the steering wheel turns itself, it's a bit of a culture shock, and that acceptance is not going to come overnight.
Experts say there is data that shows driverless cars get into fewer accidents compared to humans.
They don't drink and drive. They don't road rage. They don't read their smartphones while they're at the wheel scrolling through their feeds.
But there have been some incidents where Waymos made headlines.
The vehicles just stalled at intersections right in the middle,
causing traffic jams during power outages and turning into lanes they're not supposed to.
Concerned they were about to be in a head-on collision, they pulled around the Waymo.
You have a system that can handle most of the situations, most of the driving, but now and then it will get stuck.
And since Waymo has mostly been operating in warm weather cities, driving in Toronto could be a challenge.
I believe winter is a big problem. You have, let's say, snowfall, so you don't see things properly. You have slippery roads.
It's not yet clear when Waymo could hit the streets of Toronto.
I'm just scared that there's going to be a technical issue.
I'd get a driverless taxi. I'd be fine with that. I think the technology's there.
It's like no human involved. I don't trust it.
Experts say it could be years before driverless taxis become widespread, so the road to mainstream adoption may be a long one. Nisha Patel, CBC News, Toronto.
Tunic time has officially wrapped up in Iqaluit. During the festival, some elders took on a unique challenge, creating traditional fashion in an untraditional way. Carl Cardinal has more.
Elders unveiled their creations, using traditional knowledge to design outfits from scratch. But instead of sealskins or fabric, they used garbage bags and tape. Contestant Luku Lucy Marcusi won the first place. She says her inspiration came from traditional items like the ulu.
I like to bring back Inuit style and Inuit parka, but I never made it. I only made it in plastic. That was my first design.
Contestant Sarah Puduguk chose blue and white garbage bag for her design. She says her inspiration came from the seawater and the snow.
Oh, I started yesterday and I finished it this afternoon. It's my first time making a plastic bag outfit.
The Elders Garbage Bag Fashion Show marked the final weekend of the Tunic Time Festival. Iqaluit had the chance to take part in the last activities before the celebration returned next year. Carl Cardinal, CBC News, Iqaluit.
And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. We leave you with video of Pontoon Lake near Yellowknife. I'm Megan Roberts in Wekwati, NWT. Have a good night.